Hi student, after a long discussion of vector algebra, now today we are going to start with our new chapter, which is our three-dimensional geometry. I hope so. All of you are going to enjoy with vector algebra there. Now look, before we are going to discuss with our three-dimensional geometry, there is we are going to be known about that the equations of line in the vector forms as in Cartesian form. Then we also are going to be read about equations of plane in vectors, equations of plane there. Then how can we find out the how can we make a equations of line passes through a one point and parallel to a given line, passes through 2 points or passes through 3 points there. Before we are going to be discuss the equations of line or equations of plane. Let's begin. We start with our some basics concept which I have discussed to you already in our vector algebra there. There are two basic terms which before I start with our three-dimensional geometry there. It's our we have our knowledge about directions cosines and directions ratios there. Then first of all we are going to start with we are going to be understand what is our directions cosine there. That's obviously it's our chapter three-dimensional geometry. It's a 3D space. Then we have three mutual perpendicular axes is there. Just suppose we have OX, OY and OZ. OX, OY and OZ. These are our three mutually perpendicular axes. Now look, just suppose we have a point P in which plane? In XY plane, joining OP. Now look, just suppose it's our vector OP. Now suppose it makes a angle alpha degree from our x axis, angle beta from our y axis, angle gamma from our z axis in the positive directions in the positive direction. And look, what about this alpha, beta and gamma? This alpha, beta and gamma are known as a directed angle. These are our directed angle from our in the positive sense of our x, y and z axis there. Then now we are going to defining our direction cosines. Directions cosines. What is our direction cosine? When we have any point P in space, then our directed vector OP. Just suppose our directed vector OP, it makes angle alpha, beta and gamma in the positions of to our x axis, y axis and z axis respectively. Then these angles alpha, beta, gamma is known as our directed angle, and cosine of this angle, cosines of this angle means cos alpha, cos beta and our cos gamma. Cosines of our directed angles are known as directions cosines. And the must thing what you have to be kept in your mind that these directions cosines are our unique. Why it is unique? Because whenever we are going to be make some parallel lines, then it's having the same direction cosine there. The uniqueness that because the value of our cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma for any unique angles which we are going to make with our x axis, y axis and z axis, it's guaranteed that our direction cosines are what? It's a unique in the nature there. Now generally this cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma is denoted by our L, M and N. This is denoted by what? L, M and N. This value of our L, M and N, L, M and N are known as directions cosine, where L is what? Cos of alpha, beta is given by cos of beta and N is given by cos of gamma, where alpha, beta and gamma are directed angle with respect to our x axis, y axis and z axis. This is our concept of our L, M, N. So suppose we are going to find out the coordinate of P there. Just we are interested to find out how now we have a concept of directions cosine. Then what is the coordinate of P there? How can we represent the coordinate of P there? Then Just suppose we want to be know that we interested to be find out our point of P, and how can you find out our point P there? Just suppose take draw perpendicular on OX axis, and look, it's take up here. What is this? We take our x. We are going to be denote our coordinate of P in the terms of our directions cosines. So suppose our coordinate of P is what? X, Y, Z. Its origin is given by 0, 0 and 0. Then what is our R? Then what is our vector OP? From class 11, all of you aware that it's x minus 0 whole square, x square, plus y minus 0 whole square, y square, plus z minus 0 whole square, it's a z square. This is our known as our R. If our R, then OP is R, then we have the value of R is given by under root x square plus y square plus z square. This is our given by our length of vector OP. It's our length of vector OP. Now just suppose we have this x, then we are going to find out the cos alpha there. Cos alpha, this is our alpha angle. Cosine, what is cosine in right angle triangle? If we take a there, OAP, this is our right angle triangle. In OAP, how can we get our cos alpha? Base to the hypotenuse, and it's a x upon R. Simply just suppose we are going to find out perpendicular drawn on y axis, and just suppose it's our angle is beta. Then from here, this right angle triangle, we get the value of cos beta is what? Its base is what? Y to the our hypotenuse R, y is to R, and our third one cos gamma is given by, this is our y is z upon R, is our z is to R. Then what we get from there? We get x, y, z. It's our cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. And our x, y, z is what given by? It's what? Then from here, the value of x is given by r cos alpha, y is what? R cos beta, and z is our r cos gamma. Now look, what is cos alpha? L. And it's also can be written as LR, cos beta is N, then it's MR, and cos gamma is N, then NR. Then also our point P in the terms of direction cosine, the positions of point P is given by LR, MR and NR. From this point, so we can represent our P is the point given by LR, MR and NR. Look, till now we have discussed our concept of our directions cosine. How can we get our direction cosines? We take a point P in this space joining OP. Let's suppose we take a OP max alpha angle from x axis, beta angle from y axis, and gamma from z axis. Then the cosine of alpha, beta and gamma, cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma are known as our direction cosines, is known as our directions cosine, and we get L is cos alpha, L is given by cos alpha, L is given by cos beta, and is given by cos gamma. Also the terms of L, M, N, our point P is given by LR, MR and NR. Then it's our concept of direction cosine, and also we have discussed that it's a unique in the nature. It's representing a unique line in the space for which having our angle is given by alpha, beta and gamma there. Look, now we are going to find out the values of, let's suppose what is the value of L square plus M square plus N square. We are going to find out the value of our L square, M square plus N square. We have discussed our in last, just because we have get, if we have just we have discussed just before there, OX, OY, Z, we discussed a point P, the coordinate is given by what? LR, MR and and R. If we drawing a perpendicular axis there, and start by x, y, z. What we get here, x is LR, y is MR, and z is our NR. Now from the here, what is the value of L? We get from here L is what? X by R, M is our Y by R, and N is our Z by R. Now we get the values of L and N in the terms of X, Y, Z. What we get? X by R and Y by R and Z by R. Now we are going to put L square, X by R whole square. What is our M? Y by R whole square. What is our N? Z by R whole square. Now it's our x square by r square plus y square by r square plus z square by r square. Then the same r square. Then what we have? X square plus y square plus z square. Now what is this x square plus y square and z square? If coordinate of our x, y, z is P, origin is 0, 0, 0, and we are going to find out the length of vector OP, then it's given by x square plus y square plus z square. Means it's our r there. And this is equal to our vector r. It is the length of vector r. Then it's what? Mod of r square, means it's our r square and r square. Because our vector OP is given by r, we get under root x square plus y square plus z square. And now we know that the square of minus length is equal to the square of the vector. Then r square is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. Sorry, r is equal to under root x square plus y square plus z square. Then r square by r square equal to what? We get 1. Means the value of L square plus M square plus N square is given by is equal to 1. And how can we get? We prove that. It's please get through it, because it's maybe asking 1 marks problem that what prove that the value of L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. Draw the figure there and find out the point of P in the terms of LR, MR, NR, and put the value there and prove that it's given by. What is it given by? X by r whole square plus y by r square plus z by r square. Then we get the, after solving this, we shown that the value of L square plus M square plus N square is given to 1 there. Okay, from here we can also find out some specific problem. Just suppose it's ask you that find the value of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Now we have to find the value of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Now look, just last what we have we proved that we have L square plus M square plus N square equal to what? 1. But we know that our cosine alpha is given by L. L is our cosine alpha, then cos alpha whole square plus what is our M? It's a cos of beta, directed angle beta. And what is our N? It's a cosine of directed angle gamma equal to 1. Then we have cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Then the value of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. This is our first proof. So suppose is further is asked on the basis of L square plus M square plus N square, find the value of sin square alpha, sin square beta plus sin square gamma. Now look, on the basis of L and N, now we have to find out the value of sin square alpha, sin square beta and sin square gamma. How can we find out these values? We have to find the value of sine square. Look, recently what we have shown that recently we have proved that we have find that the value of cos square alpha, cos square beta plus cos square gamma is what? 1. Now by trigonometric identity, what do we get? What is the value of cos square alpha? It's a 1 minus, yes, sine square alpha. Cos square beta is given by 1 minus, yes, sine square beta. What is cos square gamma? Again, it's 1 minus sine square gamma is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1. What do we have? It's a 3. Now we have 3 minus sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to 1. Then from here the value of sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to, we have subtracted this, 3 minus 1, then we get 2. What is the value of sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is what? It's given by 2. What do we get the value of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is what? It's a 1. Now look, again we can also, one of the important problems we can get there. Just suppose on the basis of Diracson's cosine, it's asked about find the value of cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos gamma. Just one of the important we have, find the value of cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma. Again, it's based on our Diracson's cosine LMN. Now, what we have recently proved that? We have recently proved that what? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Its value is what? 1. Then from here what we have? 2 cos square alpha plus 2 cos square beta, we have multiplied the both side by 2, plus 2 cos square gamma is equal to 2. We have this by the property of I square plus sine square equal to 1. Then what we do? We are multiplying both sides by 2. Then we have 2 cos square alpha plus 2 cos square beta plus 2 cos square gamma equal to 2. Now what we are going to do that? We are just going to be, it's taking minus common and minus there. Just suppose we are going to shifting it to the our which side? Right hand side. Then what do we have? We have minus 2 is equal to minus 2 cos square alpha minus 2 cos square beta minus 2 cos square gamma. So not we can show that because we need some minus in the terms of only sign there. Look, we have need the cos 2 alpha there. Then what is our cos 2? A. It's a 2 cos square a minus 1. It's a what? 2 cos square a minus 1. Then we have 2 cos square alpha. Then what we are going to do that? Take in one bracket, it's a minus 1. Then take 2 cos square beta minus 1 here. And take 2 cos square gamma minus 1 here. Now what? How many added we here? Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 means minus 3. We added minus 3 to the our left hand side. Then we have to be add minus 3 to our right hand side, because if we are not doing so, then there is a change in our question. Then we added minus 3 here. We added minus 3 to our right. Now what is this? This is our cos 2 alpha. What is this? This is our cos 2 beta, and this is our cos 2 gamma, and 2 minus 3, what do we have? We have minus 1. Then we get again one of the trigonometric result here in the terms of our directed angle. The value of cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma is equal to minus 1. Look, till now we have discussed about our Diracson's cosine and related relationships or trigonometric identities, the values of trigonometric identities. We have shown here the value of our what we show that we have proved that the value of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is 1. We have shown that on a Gaussian relationship it's a cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma is what? It's equal to -1. And also we have proved that what sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to 2 there. Now look, we have discussed about direction cosine. Now our next term is what? Directions ratios. Now till now we have discussed about directions cosines. Now we are going to further to understand what is our directions ratio there. Look, direction for a given line, what is our direction ratios? It's not unique in nature there, because it's any number there which we are going to relate with our direction cosine there. It is our known as our directions ratios. How can we define our directions ratios? If we have a direction cosines L, M and N, if we have the direction cosines L, M and N for a given line, then we have three numbers A, B, C which are proportional to our directions cosine. Then our what is the direction ratios? Our three numbers A, B and C are known as the directions ratios of for a given line, where it is proportional to our directions cosine. What is that? Is what we have, that is L by A is equal to M by B is equal to N by C is equal to K. Then our these A, B, C are known as directions ratios. It is known as our directions ratios. What we have described there, if the directions cosines L, M, N of a given line are proportional to any three numbers A, B and C, then the number A, B, C are called our directions ratios, are called our directions ratios. Now we have defined our directions ratios. What are they? Now we are going to define our directions ratios in the terms of our direction cosines. How can we describe this? Look, from here we have defined our direction ratios. From here what we get? We get our L is what? AK, M is some BK and N is some CK. Then now what we have one of the relationship? Our L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. Then what we have? We have A square K square plus it's a B square K square plus C square K square equal to 1. Take out K square common. Then what we have? We have A square plus B square plus C square is equal to 1. Then from here we get K square equal to 1 upon A square plus B square plus C square. Then the value of K is given by plus minus 1 upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. Now look, we have here find out the value of our K here. Since we have L square plus M square plus N square, and we are defining that any three numbers A, B, C which are proportional to our directions cosines L, M and N are known as our direction cosines for a given line. And obviously these are we are going to be so that because these are any numbers, we can take any numbers which are make a proportional to our element, and these are not unique in a nature there. These are not in a unique nature. Then we are going to be so that the values of this we are going to represent the L, M, N in the terms of our directions ratios there. Now we get the values of K plus minus 1 upon A square plus B square plus. When we are going to take its positive value, then what is our L? A into K. L is given by, when we take positive only, then we get L is what given by A upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. Similarly, our M is given by B into K, B upon under root A square plus B square plus C square, and N is given by C upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. It's when we take a positive sign. When we take a negative sign, we take positive here. For our K is equal to minus 1, then what is our L? It's a minus A upon what is our M? What is our N? Now look, we have two values of L, and one is positive, one is negative in nature. The reason behind that, when we are going to be draw angles there, OX, OY, OZ, we have a one of the vector OP there, a vector OP, where our angle OP is given by alpha, beta and gamma angle there. But when we are talking about a vector, this PO, this vector PO, if it's make our angle alpha to the our x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, then what is our angle PO? If our vector OP makes alpha angle to x-axis, then PO makes a pi minus alpha from x-axis, pi minus beta from y-axis and pi minus gamma from z-axis. That's why that's why also having we have a positive in second, because it's a telling about the vector sign there. It's a if we have a directed vector from O to P, or we have a directed vector from P to O. That's why we have a positive and negative sign here, and you have to be kept in mind that now what we see that till now we have expressed our directions cosines L, M, N in the terms of our A, B and C. Now look, we have discussed about our directions cosine. We have also discussed about our direction ratios. Now we are going to move with one of the questions arises here. Our directions cosines L, M, and N are terms as in the terms of cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Then what is the directions cosines of our axis there? Now in our next topic, we are going to find out what directions cosines of our axis is. Direction cosines of x-axis and y-axis and direction cosine of our z-axis. Now we have shown that our direction cosine is given by L is cos alpha, M is cos beta and N is cos gamma. Now we are going to find out the directional cosines of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Now look, what do we have? We have three mutual perpendicular axes, OX, OY and OZ. Any point P in the space, it makes the angle alpha, beta and gamma in the positive direction of axis. Then look, when we are going to find out the our direction cosine of x-axis, then our x-axis makes a how much angle to the our itself? When I am going to ask you that, what is the angle made by x-axis to itself? Yes, what is? Yes, it's a 0. Then when we are going to find out the direction cosine of x-axis, it makes itself by 0 degree. Means what we have? We have cos 0. How much angle is makes by x-axis by y-axis? These are mutually perpendicular. Yes, 90 degree. Cos 90, and again from z our x is 90 degree, then we have cos 90. Then what is our directional cosines of x-axis given by cos 0 is what? We have 1, cos 90 0 and 0. Similarly, directional cosines of y-axis from itself it makes what? We get alpha degree. Then what we get? From x-axis it makes a 90 degree. From y-axis makes itself a 0 degree, and then cos 0. From z it makes a 90 degree. Then what is directional cosines of our y-axis? 0, 1 and 0. And similarly, we find out that the directional cosines of our z-axis makes a 90 degree with 2x, then 0, makes 90 degree to y, then 0, makes 0 degree to itself, then cos 0 is 1. Then here we have find out the directions cosines of our x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. What is direction cosines of our x-axis? It's a 1, 0, 0. Direction cosines of our y-axis is 0, 1, 0. And direction cosines of our z-axis is 0, 0, 1. Look, in today's class, we start with our three-dimensional geometry there. We start with our basic concept. We have discussed today directions cosine. Then we have discussed about our directions ratios. Also, we've seen some trigonometric identity related with our direction cosine, the values of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, and also we have find out the value of sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. Then we have find out the relationship cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma. Then I request to all of you, please get through all the topics, all basic concept there. In today's class, we are going to solve some basic problem related with our directions, cosines and directions ratios. Okay, thanks to all.